Welcome to the Transformations Podcast. Here, guests and I will share our transformative experiences and will explore how to find excellence in life.
Good morning.
Good to see you. Good to see that smile. Oh, you have Guangdong in the background.
Yep, that's one of my artworks during my one-man show in Makati.
You painted that.
That was together with the portrait of Alex.
Yes.
It was all martial arts,
And
karate,
Shakespeare Chan
Shakespeare,
and
Johnny
Johnny
Chutin.
Chutin.
Yep, and different martial arts groups. What do you call the styles?
It's good to see you. Thank you for sharing your time with me tonight and with
Thank
our
you for having me.
long time overdue.
Yep.
So let's talk about your martial arts life, and then we can talk about art also, your artistic life. So you started in mid 1970s or early 1970s?
75 to be exact. 75.
75.
That's when Chinwu Philippines opened, and it was the first Chinese Kungfu school to open its doors to non-Chinese because it was very secretive during those early days.
Yeah.
And, Alex and Shakespeare were the pioneers to welcome non-Chinese, and I was one of the first young ones to join the group. I was with the student batch, mostly kids and teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
We were a big number then, about more than 30 per class.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's hard to
all
think
young
about
guys.
today.
Yeah, but then, like I mentioned before, as the months flew by, the numbers decreased because people, especially kids, they were thinking that learning kung fu was like learning from Jackie Chan's movies. You can learn it in 2 hours and
Of
you're the great
course.
master.
Oh my
So our,
goodness.
our our numbers dwindled from more than 30, I guess, to about less than 10. Yeah, about
Wow.
a handful of us were left. Only the really serious ones
When
would
didn't
stay
Chin,
there for. What's that?
when did
Go ahead.
Chinwu open? Did it open in 75 or was it already open
September,
for?
no, September 75. And we
Wow.
were the first how do you call this, to participate in their opening.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, The first building we had was a nice place. It was in Dasmariñas or Wanluna, an 8-story building, and it lasted only for 2 months. It got burned,
Oh my God.
and then we had to move to Lingnam, and from Lingnam we moved to Marvel Building. It would stay there for about several years.
Where was
The,
that
uh,
building located?
the
Marble building.
Marvel in Nueva,
Oh, in
near
Nueva.
Alex Place.
Yeah.
The old the old building where we first started, according to Chinese feng shui, it was on a bad date. You know, it was near the month of the ghosts.
Uh,
There are superstitions. Actually, our neighbor, an Indian company, left their electrical stove running
oh
on.
my
It
goodness.
caused it. But still, superstitions go like, you chose a bad month to
Right.
open.
I think so.
Yeah,
I know that Frank Rivera also trained at Jinwu with Shakespeare.
yeah.
Did
Well,
you know Frank?
we practiced together.
Mm-hmm.
I was with the Mantis group, and then there's a few of Tiger Crane, mostly the GIs and probably a couple of Filipinos.
Yeah.
The GIs were really built for Tiger Crane,
Yeah.
big
Big
guys,
guys.
stocky guys. So every time they came from Angeles, they arrived in Manila in the afternoons. They They get to jam with them. And then we had a friendly competition. We go like mantis are better than tiger crane, and we spar, and you know,
Yeah.
friendly. It was more brotherly fun.
Hmm.
After contacts and after workout at the gym, we go have some grub in Chinatown in Ongpin.
Nice.
There was small. Most of the shops there are gone now.
So at Chinwoo, there's different styles. So they have seven star mantis and hungar, and
Mhm.
also
The
uh,
internals,
and the internal Xingyi, right? Bagua
Kua and Tai Chi.
and Tai Chi.
Mm-mm.
So could somebody enter the gym at that time and pick what style they want, or did Shakespeare or Alex tell them where to go, or did they have to follow a sequence?
After the usual interviews, they check your physical. They ask about your health. So automatically ask, did you get your doctor's permission? You get those doctor's advice. The Tai Chi people, automatic, they go for Tai Chi. These
Yeah.
are really mostly the older guys in Chino were executives,
Hmm.
the office people, president of companies. I mean, not your. It was kind of there was a sort of exclusivity in Chino. The regular Joes were kind of hesitant to join. Mostly, you know, it wasn't really we weren't showing an image of exclusivity, but people kind of are hesitant. The base
Yeah.
was kind of for the other styles like the mantis or tiger crane. After the interview or asking about your medical background, usually like Alex or Shakespeare, look at your physique. Your body is good for tiger crane, but it was rare. It was they mostly landed in mantis.
Mm.
It was good for everybody. Most any physique.
Yeah.
But people with health problems, even if they were young guys, Shakespeare suggested, or even Alex suggested, you go take the internal. Tiger crane was really hard to get into a tiger crane. You got to be strong, got a good heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just a few who took tiger crane. After Mantis, I graduated Mantis. I wanted to. I forgot to mention white crane. We had white crane.
Yeah. Yeah. Pak
We had
Hok.
the Pak Hok.
Mm.
So my classmates, when they finished Mantis, they proceeded to white crane. Me, I said, hey, I'm going to practice white crane also. Shakespeare pulled me aside. You're not practicing white crane. Why? You practice tiger crane. So everybody was practicing a white crane. I was there in the corner.
Poor guy.
Then Shakespeare gave me a piece of chalk. It goes like, draw this square here. I made several squares with crosses in between inside the square, and then line across and downward. So what am I going to do with this? I know what they're going to do with this. It's going to be for the white crane guys. They told me to make five.
Mm.
And there were five guys.
Ah.
These are for the white crane guys. They're going to enter the square and practice their stances. And we're like, sir, I finished the squares. Yes, laughing to myself. They're going to land in those squares. Okay, go into one of the squares. He goes, tells me, huh? Me? Yeah, you. You're going to erase all that with your stances, all five squares. What? It was all for me.
Huh.
I had to do the all the stances. Bow stance, mapu, the horse stance, all until I erased all the lines. I don't know. I was already drenched in sweat when I finished the whole thing because the measurement was actually for wide stances.
Mm.
And Tiger King really has to go low. And I realized that white crane has more of higher stances.
Yeah.
That was all meant for me. And that's beginning in my beginning in Tiger Crane. And after a while, I realized it's really meant for my physique,
Mm-hmm.
meant for my physique, and it strengthened my lungs. Actually, I'm asthmatic. I have really bad asthma. But when
Oh,
I joined Kungfu, from Mantis until Tiger Crane, strengthened my lungs. Maybe plus a little swimming, it strengthened my lungs. So I finished Tiger Crane in 3 years. I taught Mantis and Tiger Crane.
what were the interests? So you did 3 years Mantis, 3 years Tiger Crane.
Yes,
Each was 3 year program. Yeah. What was the training like in Mantis? Yeah, you start with Bung Pu or you start with
yes.
stances?
Stances, really long stances, low, and and sometimes as we progress, Shakes noticed the us guys, the teenagers, the young guys. He particularly chose me and another guy. He let us hold the incense sticks and light it, and we 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 finish our horse stance until the whole thing
Wow.
burned. Yeah, and around us is a circle of sweat. So stances, maybe uh, usually a minute per stance, and then as we progress and our stances grew stronger, they would stand on our back legs for our bow stance, the extended leg. They will grab our shoulders and stand on our legs. During our time was really Shakes really gave us a hard time, but it gave us a good start. After the stances, he'd go Kung Li Chen. You're
Mm-hmm.
familiar with Kung Li Chen. And then after Kung Li Chen, the Pangbu before going to the advanced Mantis. That's basic. No, that will last for a couple of months, 3 months. Every session would start with 30-minute warm up, starting from head to toe, stretching, loosening up, strengthening, and after that, the stances. Warm up, stances, breathing. Breathing is always essential. In between the Patuansin,
Yeah.
the eight breathings, we would insert it in different uh, parts of the training.
So you wouldn't do the 8 straight in a row. You would do
No,
one, more training, another one, more
yeah,
training. Ah,
in between stretches or in between uh, power building. Like for example, the punching, what you call this, clutching the eagle's egg. So
yeah.
that one, we usually do that after our push-ups, after our strengthening exercises.
Hmm.
Then this is also for it's hollow. This
The
piece is
hand.
hollow. It's not really clenched. So the inhalation, it's kind of building your. We relate it to our punches, but actually shakes goes like that has a secret meaning to it. What do you call it? A benefit, a health benefit. What's that supposed to be? It, it increases your sexual prowess. Internal.
That's how he gets you to do it more often. It's a trick to get you to practice. Oh man. So you went through Mantis and then you go to Hungar or Tiger Crane.
Yes.
And I guess David Ong was with the Pak Hok, right? With the white crane.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's brutal. That
Yeah.
guy's brutal. You met that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I met him at Shakespeare's other school in Binondo. Uh,
Tingnan?
I, for, I forget the address, but it's upstairs. It's all wood, like an old wooden house, the old wood in the Philippines, not
Yes, yes.
concrete. Yeah. And I went up there a few times with Alex and met up with Shakespeare and David Ong is there.
Are you familiar with his background?
Not so much. I just met him, at the club and we did
Okay.
some training and
That
I don't know much about him.
nice background. So when he was training with us. He's just a quiet guy. He's
Very
more of a
skinny,
doer. Uh,
but tough. Yeah.
he's lean and mean.
Lean and mean.
5'10", huh? Big guy, tall guy.
Yeah.
So as the white crane guys progressed, he wanted to test them out. He used all of them for punching bags. So, so even one time he got two of them attack me at the same time. You know how a crane goes, huh? They went around him. One got a black eye, got bruised. Because David, if he can't get to practice in the gym where there's no, he can't. This He's full of energy. The guy doesn't have the, he doesn't have any vices. Doesn't smoke. Doesn't drink.
Right.
So his energy is there. He has to release it. So when he's outside the gym, if he gets provoked, he won't hesitate. But he doesn't. He never starts. Never starts. So in the streets, that's where he practices. Doesn't join competitions in the streets. Them muggers, would-be attackers. Well, they will just drop like in two strikes. Pam pam pam. Traffic altercations. So somebody cuts him. Or I'm not sure about the story. All I know was he got off the car. The culprit was in front of him, daring him, and just grabs the roof of the car and then brings his 2 feet into the driver. Bang!
Wow.
That's how mean he was.
Oh my goodness.
That's why Shakespeare didn't teach him too many secret techniques.
Yeah.
But now as he grew older, he's more contemplative,
Mm-hmm.
very contemplative, a totally different person. Well, age changes the person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also relate to that.
Yeah. Because back in the day, Shakespeare wouldn't let the students enter competitions, right? He didn't believe in it.
Yes,
But you would do demonstrations and things like that. So
yes, yes.
you guys took your practice for the fight sparring out to the street.
But we never start. We never start.
Yeah.
But there's a kind of we're looking for it. Mine actually. My fights were as a student, as a college student. After coming from school, let's say late at night, you'll be met, especially if you're alone and they mistake you for a frat man, and
Yeah.
there's a group of them. They'll gang up on you, or they come from a watering hole. Well, I have to admit, I come from what I also visited some watering holes also. Well, they started. I oblige. And then when I get back to the gym the following day or for the practice, in a week during a week's time we practice about 3 times or 4 times a week. So Shakes noticed we got into a fight. She sees some bruises or so instead of reprimanding me, he lets me detail the fight scenario in detail, and he'll give me the corrections. You didn't use this technique. You didn't use, how can I? It's all I see was bread.
Right.
I only use my. You have good kicks. Why didn't you use your kicks? And then told me when people gang up on you, you don't you don't fight them all at the same time. You run and pick them up one by one. Oh, so that's the technique.
Right.
So they were able to gang up on me. So yes, the technique that Shakespeare taught me. You run. After attacking one, you run. If they're still chasing you, they cannot all run together. There'll be one faster than the other.
Mm-hmm.
All this.
You have to have good lung power to run, fight, and your
Had
adrenaline.
despite my asthma.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of there were only two of us who were able to use it in the streets.
Mm.
The other guys were good at avoiding. That is the first step that Shakespeare said. In fights, especially, you don't know if the guys were packing weapons. Always avoid if you can avoid. Run away from any fight. But if you cannot avoid, and then engage, maim, just maim, disable. If you cannot, then kill. we never reach that. We never reach that.
Did
Go ahead,
Shakespeare
Paul.
recommend a specific diet for you guys or drinking
No,
water
no.
program or anything? Chinese
Mm,
medicine did Da Jiao?
Yeah, Chinese medicine for asthmatics. For asthmatics, those two of us. eh, Come to think of it, the two crazy guys in the gym, me and the other guy, were both asthmatics. But the other guy had worse. So Shakespeare recommended mine. He recommended crocodile bile. It comes in brown tablet forms.
Mhm.
It worked, huh? Crocodile bile. So that's mine. That's what Shakes recommended. We bought in these Chinese drugstores. Now the other guy is into white crane, mantis and white crane. He's a good fighter also. Uh, he recommended this zhongkue, the black chicken. You're
Yeah,
familiar with the black meat chicken? It's white, but the legs are black, the beak is black,
yeah.
and the meat is black. So
It looks weird.
after cleaning the chicken, you have to steam it inside a what do you call this? Is sour fruit. This it's like a grapefruit. Locally,
Mm.
it looks like a grapefruit. Grapefruits are big, right?
Like that?
Like you know what asuha is?
Oh, yeah,
Suha.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, is that grapefruit?
Yeah.
It is, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you open that thing, hollow it out, take out
And then the
those
skin, the
leave
meat.
leave the skin. Then they steam the chicken there, and
Wow.
it worked a little for my companion, for my classmate, my co-instructor. But he was complaining, chicken's kind of expensive. So what works for us? Strength in our lungs was swimming, and breathing. The
Hmm.
breathing helps a lot. And during that time also, Shake smokes a lot. Well, Master is a bad example. I
I
also
know.
smoked during that time.
Mr.
Not
Asthma.
that, not as much as Master. Master was a chimney. He was a
Yeah.
dragon. Master's vice was uh, Marlboros and
Mm.
lots of Coca-Cola.
Ugh.
Instead of drinking tea, he was Coca-Cola. So I think when he reached 70, the doctor advised him to stop. He changed to vape and Starbucks iced coffee.
It's still bad. It has
That's still
sugar
bad.
and it's same
That's still
thing.
bad.
The
By
same
the
thing.
way, I stopped smoking when I hit 30 or 35.
Mm.
I just left it cold turkey.
Wow.
I stopped smoking after that. What do you call this? What do you call it? Executive checkups.
Mm.
Strong lungs, strong heart.
Nice.
He continues. We never stopped working out. It's been almost 50 years,
Wow. So what was
nonstop.
Alex Ko doing at Jinwoo then? So he was the president. So he was
Yeah,
managing the club. Was he teaching as
yep,
well?
yep. He did teach. He assisted in teaching, but it was Shakespeare really who we were lucky. We were lucky during
Yeah.
our time. Shakespeare teaching us directly. Alex assisted, Johnny assisted, Johnny Ko, another different,
Mm.
not Chuten. Chuten drops by once in a while
Yeah.
for inspiration. And then Alex, when Shakespeare wasn't able to teach me for a while, advanced for I already learned about four. I needed to learn. The one, the last one I had to learn was iron wire.
Mm.
Wasn't Shakespeare didn't have time to teach me during that time. So Alex taught me mucho.
Nice.
Sam Chen, Sam Chen, and I forgot the other one. It was advanced. It was done by Wakun for the book. I
Oh,
think
Intintat.
if you have the book, the one that
Intintat.
yeah. I learned it. Why? Why did I learn that? Because I was the one who laid out the book.
Ah,
I did the layout. So I had to do the steps, the movement.
right. I had the
And
long
honestly,
joints.
I could easily pick up. I, I was like a sponge then, so easy to pick up, and I understood the form. I learned the movements, and I laid out the book. That's all. The whole book from front cover to back cover. That's my book.
Wow, that's great.
That's my.
Did you also lay out the Secrets of Seven-Star Mantis book for Shakes?
Uh, no, but I was the
You were in
model
the
for.
pictures.
We were the other guy, me and the other guy. That's the two of us, the crazy
Hmm.
guys of Chinu.
The two
We
crazy
were
guys are in the pictures.
Shakespeare said because our class were composed mainly of when the students the young students decreased in number. Shakespeare got the professional executives to join us, so the number would be sufficient for workout.
Hmm.
You made one class of students and professionals, and me and that guy's name is Ruel. We we were the we were Shakespeare said we were dispensable. We were dispensable. So in case of a challenge, we will be the ones sent out up front. The others were executives. They kind of
In the
important in
back.
society.
They're expendable. Put up
We
front.
were expendables.
Was it common to have challenges? To have other club members coming over and wanting to test skills?
No, uh, I think Alex. I think Alex handled that. We never had,
Yeah, that's
but
good.
there was a time when Chino was beginning to have problems, financial problems with maintaining a gym. Alex let us join forces with another gym, a guy from Hong Kong. It was Hsing-I. They were specializing in Hsing-I. Tan Choki.
Oh,
I think you met him. Yeah, because he was still alive when you were coming here.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tan Choki, a
Kanchoki.
spectacled guy,
Yeah.
a la Bruce Lee.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's the guy. So
Okay.
we joined forces. Automatically, automatically, we kind of vibe. We had the same kind of humor, but it's kind of loud and
Hey, but at least you have a
well,
space to train.
yeah. So anyway, we vibed with him. Me and Roel, we vibed. It's nice. He was good to us, but he was kind of loud and sort of a bragger. During our sessions, some of his students saw us practicing through a glass partition. You could see the guy mumbling to him. Couldn't make out what he was saying. The guy wanted to challenge me, but David, for the sake of Alex, and I mean, he wanted to challenge me. Big Chinese guy into weights, strong. And then I think he was not impressed that I was an instructor. Little guy, I can break his bones, something like that. He wanted to try me. Well, David discouraged him. But during Shakespeare's time, there were a lot of challenges in their school from
Yeah.
other Chinese groups and even Filipino groups. There was this particular there was this particular uh, movie actor.
Hmm.
I think this was way back in the 60s, late 60s. Karate guy. I think was promoting a movie. So this story was from Alex. So he goes up to I'm not sure if it's Lingnam or Hongxing. Guy goes up, challenges whoever was there. It was Shakespeare. Shakespeare probably in his late 20s or 30s, probably. Most likely in his 30s. And Alex was there. A few moves. He landed on his butt. Plug. The guy landed on his butt. I don't know what Shakespeare used. That's, those were the challenges that Shakespeare had. Like David Ong, Shakespeare wouldn't hesitate to use his techniques in street fights also. When I was working for him in Makati, the old Makati, even way before the high rises,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
just quiet place during that time. No tall buildings in the commercial area. So I was there working in his hobby shop. I left them already when the store closed. He and his partner closed shop and went to the parking area. Wide parking areas during that time, really wide, open space near the main Ayala and Makati Avenue. It's wide, so you have to walk all the way to your parking area. He saw this guy tinkering with his '69 Mustang.
Uh-oh.
He was wearing boots, half boots, so leather boots. Huh? So it's kind of hard to run. He caught the guy, beat him up with a white crane. The guy was able to run, rode the bus, rode the bus, a passing bus that stopped in the bus stop. He went inside. Shakespeare stopped the bus. We chased the guy inside the bus, brought him out, and beat him up so until the coppers, the security came, and then they probably continued the softening up in the precinct.
Yeah,
With,
it
with
seems that he changed his profession from kung fu to model shop, to selling models and
Yes.
things. Yeah, probably a good move financially.
And I handled that store for 6 years. I managed the store.
Oh,
So when it's out the country, I take care of it. And then me and Ruel take care of the car, take care of the house. That's when we became indoor students.
did you finally get the iron wire?
Yeah, I learned it. I learned it there after work.
Did Shakespeare have any regrets for the school not being able to stay open? I mean, there was that big boom in the
Mm,
70s from Bruce Lee, and then it just nobody wants to train hard, and fancy easier arts like taekwondo come in. And
yes, yes. No, no. He saw its inevitability. It was
yeah.
inevitable.
What is it about martial arts that in your life that brought you to martial arts and specifically to Chinwu?
In high school, I was kind of in grade school until high school. I was kind of bullied. I was picked on a lot.
Mm,
Little guy. So the first martial arts I learned was Okinawan
mm,
in the YMCA. Maybe for a year, I reached yellow belt. Then when we this was in Cebu. This was in Cebu. Right? We stayed there for a while, although we're not from Cebu.
mm.
So we went back to Manila. Timely, it was timely in '75. Martial Arts Magazine, the publication of Alex,
Yeah,
put an ad looking for students, welcoming students. Oh,
there you
run
are.
all the way to Chinatown from the university. Went straight to Chinatown. Had my they gave me an appointment already. Scheduled my interview. So in one of these travel agencies in Chinatown, Shakespeare's in-laws. I was there in one room, and all of them were around me, encircled me. I was there in the center. Well, during that scheduled interview, we were all students only. The the executives were for another schedule. Shakespeare, Alex, all the founding members of Chino were encircled me. I was like a good, so angelic, so angelic.
Those were the magical times, right? Were you watching
Yeah.
kung fu movies on TV and at the
I
movie theater?
never,
Yeah.
never missed a Kungfu movie. Even the lousy ones, I watched all of
Yeah, I know.
it.
We get obsessed with it. It's crazy. Movies,
Watch some
magazines.
good ones. I watch more lousy ones.
When did you meet did you train with Johnny Chutin also as a
No,
student
no,
or just knew him
no.
socially from
He
Shakespeare?
just dropped. Yes, yes. He just dropped by the gym once in a while,
Hmm.
and then gives a little talk and demos, but never learned under him.
Yeah.
And I think his tiger crane is different from ours.
Hmm.
The dragon tiger
Well, he
is a
learned from
different.
Lao Kim, And Lao
Mhm.
Kim's form is Dragon Tiger. It's actually a
Yes.
Lohan system, not a Hungar system.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it looks similar, but it's not the same. Yeah.
I learned the basic little of that form. I used
Hmm.
it for my early training. I kind of forgot the moves already. It's different. It was different from my even the dynamic tension of inhale
Right.
and bring out. It was I don't know, it was the opposite. Theirs was the opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, why like that? Ours was bring it out half. Yes, was bring it the opposite way. Well,
Yeah. I learned some of Lao Kim's forms from Rene Navarro.
ah,
Yeah.
those are the
Rene
colleagues
and
of
Jopet.
Jopet.
Yeah.
Jopet.
Yeah.
No,
Jopet and
no,
Rene.
no, me and Jopet are forming the new Chinu. It's totally different from the old Chinu.
Yeah.
This one's affiliated with the Hong Kong, even the spelling, the English spelling.
Mm-hmm.
Your Wu is WOO,
Ah,
not the WU. Oh,
yeah.
that really matters. Then
Jinwu.
for us, there's a distinction.
Yeah.
So I'm already affiliated with Jinwu Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when we can open up the place.
Yeah.
Jopet has a nice place in Batangas that he plans to convert into a sanctuary for Kungfu.
Wow.
There will be dorms for visiting guests, practice area, and then medical massage, medicinal massage,
Mm-hmm.
the Filipino style. They call it hilot.
Hilot. Yeah. You had the
The
Manghi
hilot.
Hilots there.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes. That would be included. But then there's no set particular date yet when they already broke ground. It's kind of far from
It's
Manila.
far. Yeah. I've
But
been there.
then you can stay there for a while. There will be dorms.
Well,
And then visiting.
hopefully there's enough people in Batangas to want to study. Otherwise
Uh,
it's,
it,
you know,
it, that won't be a profit. How do you call this? Money
yeah,
making thing. It will be just like a sanctuary for
for the arts. Yeah.
visiting
That's a good
martial
idea.
artists.
That would be good because he's in Hong Kong and I think he
Yes.
just came back to Canada for a little bit. I don't know if he's back in Hong Kong now. I met him in around 1997, somewhere around there, 98. Yeah, I can't remember exactly. Yeah. My club here, I call it the Alex Coe Memorial Gym.
Yes.
We're also a Jinwoo affiliated. Jinwoo affiliated. So we have the Philadelphia branch or Pennsylvania branch for our state for Jinwoo. The club in New York affiliated us, and they're also affiliated with, I think, with Hong Kong. So, but I'm not sure which, if it's the same group as you guys. I'll find out. So after you stopped working at Shakespeare Shop, did you continue your training? Did you do it on your own? Did you have your partner?
Our our batch, our we call them the first batch,
Right.
solid batch. One of them had his place for our practice. We go there every weekend. I was teaching private. I was the only one teaching. Then one of the other guys had a building constructed in his place, 4-story apartment building. He converted the rooftop into our practice area.
Ah,
Till I left for the province
yeah.
and here in the mountain, secluded. I got what do you call it, tired of the city life already. It's kind of
And
stressing me out.
stress and pollution and all the noise, the
Yeah.
jeepneys.
So we just waited for my son to finish college. Finish college, he got his license, and I told my wife, we were planning this for quite some time already. Just had to wait for the time. So this town, this province where I'm staying now, is actually the hometown of my wife. I fell
Oh,
in love with this place. I fell in love with this place when I visited this in the 90s.
oh wow.
I compared it to my friends. That place is so beautiful. It looks like Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. During that time, really so quiet, so laid back. Yeah, the closest I could compare it to was like Middle Earth. You feel tranquil, so tranquil. Now it's kind of progressing also. It's kind of progressing. But where I'm
Yeah.
staying is the outskirts of the town,
Mm,
far from the hustle and bustle.
yeah.
You can hear our wild birds, crickets, frogs.
Oh, that's
My
wonderful. Clean
product,
air.
my product, my product. Yeah, you see fireflies at night. That's a gauge for good air,
Mm-hmm.
and very conducive to my art. My production has doubled, tripled even. Clientele, no problem. Everything's online. I deliver by like what I did to yours,
Yeah.
your
You're
artwork,
painting.
courier.
Yeah.
So no problem. I don't really have to be in the city to attract customers.
Mm-mm.
Everything's online. And then my Kungfu, oh heaven, practicing Kungfu here. I still feel like I'm in my prime when I do my
Wow.
Kungfu here. Except my kicks are not that high anymore. My my groin area kinda
Tighten
I
up.
don't force the side kicks anymore. Oh, you're an old man. Don't force it.
As long as you can
But
hit the knee, it's okay.
yeah, I'm totally resigned. Totally resigned to my fate. Uh, Unlike before, I was kind of in denial. I go I go talk to David Ong. Sometimes we talk via messenger, but a few years back, I go, David, because his kicks are still he can still stretch on the wall. He
Wow.
can do split on the wall. And he's 70. Guy 70 can do splits, front, side, wall, post. I go like, David, my groin, what do you call this? Below the groin, the joint, they call it singit in Filipino,
The
that area.
hamstring. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the hamstring. So when I kick, I can still do my stretches, but I think it has to do with, I don't know, I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing. Maybe it has to do with my meat diet. I still eat lots of meat. I still eat meat, not lots of meat. David is into David's vegan now.
Hmm.
I don't know if that helps.
I
Some
don't.
my yogi friends say that contributes also. Oh, I go to David. I talk to him on Messenger. How can I fix this? He goes, no, you cannot fix that anymore. You're old. Okay, okay, okay. Then no more. I don't force the issue anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
keep low kicks only. In my flying kicks are sufficient. But I can do full speed mantis with speed, power. Uh, Shakespeare, before he passed away, told us, he gave us an advice. It goes like, you guys practice your mantis, go slow like Tai Chi. Go slow Tai Chi. No more stomping, hard
Mm-hmm.
stomping. Tai Chi, go Tai Chi pace. I tried it. Body says no. My body says no.
Yeah.
No, I can still do it. The others, it really depends on the individual. If your body cannot take it anymore, or it starts complaining, you get feeling pain, or it's not, you listen to your body. That's what I always tell my students. Listen to your body. If it's slow down, complain if you feel aches, or maybe you didn't stretch well. Me, on a good day, I feel like a kid. It's it just comes out. Stomping. But I listen to my body. If there's something in the knee, go slow, slow down. The body speaks.
It's
But
because you
tiger
still have
training,
joy. You still have
yeah,
joy in your body
yes.
for martial arts and makes keeps you
Mm,
childlike. Very good.
it's exhilarating. And then the wife goes, it's my wife who does the check and balance. Hey, old man, watch it. No, it's okay, it's okay. I'm not overdoing it. The only thing that I can't do anymore, or rather I avoid, is full tiger crane. Full tiger crane with rings. I didn't feel good.
Hmm.
In fact, I feel so exhausted. Unlike Mantis. Ah, the body's singing. The tiger crane, I stopped. I stopped. I haven't done tiger crane for a while. If I do tiger crane, just a few moves, just to
Mm-hmm.
see if I can still remember. Especially this one,
Mm-hmm.
you can feel it's taking a toll.
Takes up a lot of strength, a lot of
Yeah,
chi. Yeah.
yeah. Only I can still do Mantis and then regular Tai Chi. I'm not.
Mm.
I can say I'm master in Tai Chi. My Tai Chi, it was young style. But the way I move, like that's more of Alano style.
Alano style.
Yeah,
Alano Mantis Tai Chi.
yeah, it was my it wasn't the perfect Tai Chi moves. It had the elements of Mantis and Tai Chi. You want to learn Tai Chi from me? This is not Wu. This is not Yang. What's your form? Alano style. So, and then Alex goes like, that's true. As as time goes on, these styles, it you make it your own. You make it your own.
Mm-hmm. Do you do other things like meditation or qigong practices still?
My meditation, even before I started my Kung Fu, I joined this yoga group called Ananda Marga.
Oh, Ananda
So
Marg, sure.
so I learned my meditation from a guru there. So I know how to meditate. What do you call this? Tantric yoga, I guess.
Mm.
I don't practice that anymore in the lotus position. I no longer practice yoga. So as the years went on, my meditation was more on my spiritual meditation, my religion, gospel reading, daily gospel reading, and I reflect on it.
And when did you start painting? As a kid, or was it later?
Oh, painting. Both my parents were top-notch artists. My father, my father was the protege of a national artist, Fernando Amorsolo. He's a national artist, one of the first national artists given that award, prominent master in in genre painting, Filipino scenes, portraiture. And that's what my father learned and mastered. My mother was more into the impressionism. Also she also learned from another top-notch artist, Manansala. And me, I inherited from my father mostly the genre painting, strict on anatomy and portraiture.
Mm.
So I grew up practically in a gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Within, it was in it was inert in me, the skill, the talent. Painted on walls with pencil pen, marker pens. When they gave me, after they noticed I was painting on the walls, drawing on the walls, they gave me materials already, coloring books, etc. etc. High school, I could draw. For I was very popular with the girls drawing, but I was never really serious in. I was never serious in the art art thing. I wanted to take up different
Mm.
course. I wanted to be a journalist, fail. Although I can write. I had to master the journalistic techniques.
The techniques, yeah.
Much to learn. I had much to learn. Although I can write. I wanted to be a full-time martial artist.
Yeah.
What happened? No dinero, no
No, but
monies, especially here in the Philippines. No, nada. Well, what do I do now? I'll be a priest. 1 year, more than 1 year in the seminary, they threw me out. You get out of here, troublemaker. And then with Shakespeare, a businessman. I'm going to be a businessman. And Shakespeare was really, what do you call this, training me, preparing me to be the next in line. There was nobody going to inherit the business. After 6 years there, I kind of wasn't happy anymore with the business. Really, I was in my 20s. I was in my early 20s. What's wrong? What's lacking in my practicing martial arts? I'm selling. Earning. I'm earning regular. I told Shakes I wanted to resign. We parted ways. I went to my dad. And what are you going to do now? I want to be a painter like you. And he goes like, you want to be a painter? You want to go hungry?
You-
I go, I don't mind. I don't mind. I want to be a painter. Imagine, I was lacking in focus during those days. I thought I could do everything. Those things that I did, I kind of excelled in all. Nothing half-assed. It's good. I was good in everything I did, but I wasn't happy. When I went to decided to paint, he made me an apprentice. All I did was just sit behind him. Although I had the foundations already, I knew how to draw anatomy and all this, but not yet that perfect. Learning from the old man behind him, looking at the techniques. In a matter of 1 year, I was able to paint, and then I was able to sell in Ermita,
wow,
the hub of artwork. Then, you're familiar with Ermita?
that's great.
It's
Of
the hub
course.
of it was the hub of the art scene then. And like now, the art scene is in the malls. Ermita died already
Yeah.
as an art scene. I learned from the old man. Learned a lot of techniques that will never be taught in schools. And when he passed away, what I learned from him, I kept improving and improving. How old was I then? I was in my early 30s. I kind of started late. And now, as I went further, I discovered new techniques. Even in the martial arts, it's continuous. You learn, oh, these movements are hidden meanings. You can still apply. Same with fine arts. That's why when people ask me, what do you like better? Martial arts or fine arts? No, they both go hand in hand together. They do not clash.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've seen my Kung, that's when people see that, they go like, "Oh, that's good feng shui." You see the energy.
Yeah.
That's how, let's say, I started with genre painting because my one of my mentors, my classmate of my mother, he became my mentor. He helped me in my first exhibits. So, what do you want to exhibit? Martial arts. No, 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 no. Don't go first for the basic that will sell. You need to sell. You need to sell. So I listen. I painted genre painting like Omarsala, countryside, etc. Mother, child, vintage scenes, soul. Listen to the mentors.
Yes.
Second, the second exhibit. Okay, your next exhibit. What are you going to paint? Martial arts. No, don't paint martial arts. Paint different. I listened. Well, it was good sell. And the third exhibit. This time he goes, okay, because I proved myself in the first and second exhibit. And
Mm-hmm.
then I met Jopet and Wally from Jopet's group. They are the Beta Sigmas, the frats of Johnny Chutan,
Mm-hmm.
Beta Sigma. They met me. We went to Alex's place. We talked about Chinwu. And then we talked also about upcoming exhibit. You want to have a martial art exhibit? Yeah, all martial arts. Go, man. Go for it. I got I got my encouragement from brother martial artists because maybe my mentor was a Chinese guy, but then he couldn't probably see the profit from painting martial arts. He didn't know. He probably couldn't see how I would portray it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I portrayed it in. the different styles, Filipino, Chinese, Japanese, with stories behind them, not just Chinese. No, there's a story, there's action. All I poured my heart to it. I wanted Shakespeare to open the exhibit. No, no, no. I want to open. Shakespeare doesn't like those things. He doesn't want to be in the center of those events. What I'm going to do, show me your catalog. I'm getting this and this. So he got his portrait. Yay! He got he got he got Kwang Kung. The deified Kwang Kung riding his horse in white horse, riding
Yes.
his horse in the heavens. Shakespeare got that prior to the exhibit. I'm not. Don't let me cut the ribbon. Give me. I'll buy your paintings. Well, first it was my first sale. Even we had good. That was good. Good luck
Yeah.
for next year. First sale. And then Jopet opened the exhibit. Mostly martial artists were there. Our brothers in Chinwu and some collectors. If you want to see the if you want to see the whole collection, I can give you the website.
Oh,
I have
that
my
would be
website
great.
for my gallery, all the artworks.
Yeah.
So martial artists can see. There's some sold already. There are also some for sale.
Hmm.
You have karate, you have Chinese, mostly kung fu.
Any words you can give for martial artists starting out, how they can keep for 50 years all the passion you still have? A lot of people
Oh,
lose heart, or they get bored, or they get tired. How do you keep
well,
the magic alive?
it's supposed to be the individual's decision. Do not be fooled from watching kung fu movies, karate movies, Karate Kid. That's it. those are those are all movie what do you call it, stuff only. People are so, even educated people, they think it's so easy. Maybe they should watch more of this podcast,
Yeah.
watch your channel, learn from learn from the different martial artists, and then probably choose your style, what interests you most. Because the first thing, your discipline. Discipline is the most important thing. That's what I learned, discipline. Well, it's different when you learn from the actual masters. It's hard to learn from videos.
Yeah.
You can't correct yourself. You can't learn the philosophy that well. You have to go enroll. Enroll in a good school. Check the background of the school. And then if it suits you, then well, you'll see that if you last or you won't last. Because us doing the stances only, it's so discouraging. We will be doing this only? No. We concentrated. We knew it. And during my time, Shakespeare always said, do not ask questions. Unlike now,
Yeah.
people are allowed to ask questions. Ask you, do.
Just do it.
I tell you to
Practice.
do this, you do this. It was discipline, obedience to the master. Well, these beginners, that's how they should check their preferences. Look for a school, look at their style, check the videos, check the podcast, interviews. Then probably if one interests them, they can try it out and see if they can handle it for 50 years.
Yeah.
Mine is passion, passion. I love it. My body loves it.
Yeah.
My mind loves it. My soul and heart loves it.
That's amazing. Thank you, Jake. Thank you so much for your time and your encouragement and your stories. It's really inspirational.
Thank you too, Mark. It's a pleasure. My pleasure.
Welcome to the Transformations Podcast. Here, guests and I will share our transformative experiences and will explore how to find excellence in life.